radio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Hello and welcome to this special broadcast of the Pace Radio Network. I'm Al Graham and I'm joined today by my radio partner Kim Cooper. Hello Kim, how are you today? I'm not hearing you.
Oops, I'm learning how to push buttons.
All right, there we go. Can you hear anything? I don't. Did anybody hear anything? Hear any of that? I assume they did.
Yeah. I think so. But yeah, I had myself muted for the opening, and I forgot. That's one of the buttons I forgot to push. At the very beginning, I screwed up the 30-second countdown for a few seconds there. We were like, deer in the headlights. But I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get this.
Hey, I mean, you learn new things, especially when you're doing things live. Everybody gets to see them.
Yeah, that's right.
The
Y'all
bloopers.
you get to walk through this with me and come on my learning trip with me. And I'd like to say hi to Melody Scott and Dee Sheehan is in the house with us, as well as several other people. Say hey on if you give permission to StreamYard to see your name, then we'll be able to interact in the chat with you here in the StreamYard chat room. So
Good
nice to have
stuff.
y'all with us.
I see them there on the list. I'm learning as we go live here, so good to see them on the list there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Kim, today we're doing this to announce two things. Obviously, one of them is here. Obvious. We've set up something with the Pace Radio Network to do StreamYard, and we'll be doing some shows and stuff through it. But we're going to start off with one program, obviously, and you were behind all that.
Yeah, I've been on a bit of a trip,
Yeah.
pun intended, for a little while now, experimenting and learning about psilocybin therapy is my choice for the psychedelic medication that I use for PTSD. Mike Powell's in the house. Hi, all, as well to Mike Powell. So I've noticed a big trend going in this direction, and I thought, we should do a show. My IWK Info with Kim page has been doing StreamYard live video podcasts on our 710 Daily Sesh. And you and I did a bit of a collab talk and thought, well, why don't we bring this over to the network?
Yes, sounds good to me. And we're going to expand this, try to do with all the other programming, and it may take us a while in order to do that, but if we can do it, make things simpler for everybody and make it more enjoyable for everybody, then why not?
Absolutely. So I got together with a couple of cohort friends of mine out there that are on the same path as me and have been for slightly longer than me. And I thought, you know what, let's come together and let's do a show. I think it's something that people are going to be interested in. So this came together pretty quick too. 3 weeks from conception to air. We got logos done. We got music done. We got joint hosts. We got pages set up. It was pretty quick.
It was really quick, and we still got more stuff to make and prepare for it. But you've jumped on this and you're running with it. and you've got material and you're ready to go. So we'll go with what you've got and we'll add to it as we go along.
Absolutely. I couldn't do this alone, of course.
No.
Huge amount of help from an amazing team of people, two of who we're going to bring in, I think.
Yes. Why don't you introduce your co-host or joint
All
host of the
right.
program?
All right. Well, at this time, I would like to introduce everybody to my partner in crime on the show, my main sidekick, Cindy Howell is in the house. How's
Hey guys.
it going, Cindy?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm so glad that you agreed to do this show with me. I approached you and I was like, hey, what do you think about this idea? And you happily jumped on board.
I happily jumped in my chair. I was so excited. I was physically sitting here jumping with tears in my eyes. I'm super excited to do this. I started my journey a couple of years ago, and it's just been going absolutely wonderfully. And psilocybin mushrooms are definitely my choice right now. And man, they've opened up a path for me like there's no tomorrow. And it led me to you guys and this show. And I'm so excited.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. As you and I talked and we started developing, the format for the show and everything, like what are we going to do here? How are we going to lay this out? It really expanded quickly and the content expanded quickly. I thought, for the first, an hour show, and that hour got filled up really, really fast. And I thought, well, you can't really have a psychedelic show without including Michelle Sikora, because it's psychedelic therapy, and if there's a go-to, that's the go-to. Hey, Michelle.
Peace. Good morning.
Peace.
Well, good afternoon. It's still morning here in BC.
We didn't get you out of bed.
No, I'm good. I was excited to get in here. If you could see, I changed the flag in the background from when we were chatting before we started the show. I was like,
yes,
got to get down the peace one and get the mushroom one back up.
That's it. Mushroom flags are flying. Hey, Ginger Chase in the house. Awesome
yes.
sauce. Nice to see you, Ginger.
And
Linda's in the house as well. Right on. Very cool. So, Michelle, when I approached you and I said, hey, how'd you like to do, a segment, 15, 20 minutes every show, audience participation, interaction, patient questions, talk about microdosing, as well as your own personal experiences on your journey and what you've learned from that journey. I think you'd fit right in there, and you happily said yes.
I was so excited when you asked me to join the three of you to do this. It really has. Doug and I, my husband, started microdosing going on 3 years ago, pretty soon here. And, I didn't really realize how much it changed our life until I started looking back in retrospect and started realizing, hey, those things don't bug me anymore. It was just small little things start to build up to be such a drastic change in your life. That, just everybody needs to know about this stuff because it's amazing.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Mushroom education, mushroom therapy. Get the word out. Let everybody know about it. Just so you know, Michelle, as we mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, this all happened really, really quickly, right?
Yeah.
And I haven't even had an opportunity to welcome Michelle to the Pace Radio Network. So welcome to the Pace Radio Network, Michelle. I look forward to working with you, what you bring to us.
I love.
It is. So, there you go.
Really fast. It was really fast. From conception, just the idea to today, it's been 3 weeks. So, we brought Michelle on a week ago. It's like, hey, I really would like you to do a spot here. Can you join us? And it's so last minute. She's like, oh, sure. When you starting? Oh, next week.
Yeah.
They gave you 7 days. When they first invited me, it's like, hey, Cindy, you want to do this in 36 hours?
Starts tomorrow.
But when something is meant to happen, of course the universe is going to make it so, right? That's just the way it is.
Well,
educate and help people.
when Cindy first joined us and she got her first reefer report under her belt, I believe that first report, or maybe the second one, had a mushroom story in it. And then there was, I think she believes she asked Kim, like, can we maybe do a mushroom stories during here? Because they started popping up,
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now
no
here
pun
we are.
intended.
So there you go, Cindy. You've gone from wondering whether you could have a story of mushrooms to now you're involved in a whole program on them.
This is so exciting.
Yeah. Now you can dedicate mushroom talk now.
Yes.
That's right. Exactly. So why don't we tell everybody what the show is all going to be about and what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, sure. The way we've got sort of, a soft lineup. It's going to evolve and change, and we'll mold it as we go. But we've got an outline on the basics on what we're going to do. Cindy and I will be starting off the shows. We'll be doing interviews with people in the industry, people in the space, scientists, doctors, shaman, nurses, practitioners, as well as patients, and as well as patients that want to learn, the novice with questions, and that kind of thing comes in with Michelle. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that we know are going to tune in to get the information that these professionals have in this space. So they're all going to have questions. So Michelle has become our chief librarian almost. She dove right
Abby.
in. Yeah, she's dove right into, the research end of it. In the last 7 days, she's probably consumed more mushroom information than she has in a while. So she wants to learn everything there is to know because she wants to be ready for these people's questions. So we'll probably do, 45-minute interviews with people, 40-minute interviews with people, and 20 minutes dedicated at the end to interaction with our listenership and microdosing with Michelle.
Nice. And that'll give patients opportunity to share their stories and their benefits that they have found with using psilocybin, and that might help somebody else who's looking for that information and reach out.
Yeah, exactly. We want it to be interactive. The chat is here and available to everybody. Hey, Susan Jeffries in the house. How's it going, Dudette? My dudette. So, I mean, we do have the chat available here. So when we have these professionals on and the shaman on and all of these different people, questions, bring them.
Yeah, exactly. And being interactive, they can ask the questions in the comment section.
Yeah.
And get an answer, basically right away.
We'll answer you live on the air.
Nice. I've had people throwing me questions already through Messenger.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
You want to go with a list of stuff to cover before we even get started.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic. But it shows the interest. When we were developing this show, we made a social media page on Facebook called Open Your Eye, which is where this is being broadcasted from, as well as on our network Facebook page. So when we were building that, it was a private room until we launched it yesterday. We had 100 members in like an hour and a half.
Not even, yeah, it was great.
I think we'll be getting 200 by the end of today.
Yeah. But the first 100 people, it was 100 members, like in under a couple of hours. It was nice. It was amazing. But that shows it shows the interaction with people have with this right now. It's prevalent in our times right now.
Yeah,
it is. Like yesterday, I went to the dentist, of all things. So the dentist got my teeth cleaned, the hygienist and all that. And I'm sitting there, she asked me what was new. And I said, well, she already knew I had the network and everything. So I mentioned about the new show coming on. And she went, wow, is that ever cool? And then next thing you know, we're talking about microdosing this, and doing that. And yeah, it wasn't a trip to the dentist that I thought that was going to happen, but you just never know who's, you just mention it and the conversation that can start.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's, we were talking earlier about the reefer reporters and Cindy asking if we could read them. And I started laughing when she asked me that. I said, I read one every time they come up. I throw mushroom news in the reefer report every chance I can get when they pop up. And, it was, one story a month would trickle in. One every 2 months, there'd be something in there for the last year or so. And now it's every week, guaranteed. There's a psychedelic story.
If you go to our page, open your eye, especially with the research Michelle has done, honestly, it is full of stories and studies.
Isn't it amazing?
It's unbelievable. There's the amount that's out there is absolutely unbelievable. And Michelle especially has been doing such a great job at finding it and sharing it on our page.
And these are actual studies, and a lot of them have been funded by the government at top colleges like Berkeley, UBC. So, we all know how it went with the cannabis industry, for medical patients. Oh, there's not enough research, yada, 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 even though we know there is. But with mushrooms and psilocybins, there's actual factual research that the government has actually funded. So that's going to be a huge difference when, we're looking at legalization for medical purposes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there are a few people that have received their Section 56, so their legal prescription for psilocybins as well, which is pretty exciting. The more people that can do that, I think the more attention it's going to get.
Yeah. And that was precedent setting for those people. Same with cannabis. When the first people got prescribed cannabis, it was for treatment for HIV and for cancer. Well, it's the same thing with those people. They got prescribed to use psilocybins for their end-of-life treatment for cancer. So, it's a step in the right direction,
Absolutely.
Yeah. The list is expanding of acceptable conditions to get a Section 56. Now, when that end of life treatment, the Section 56 went out for that, the way they printed and told that whole story as well was very misleading. They made it sound like it was like the first time a Section 56 has been given out. Let's be clear, Section 56s have been coming off of Health Canada shelves for many years. Past Pace Radio Network joint host Alison Mearden has her Section 56 and has had it for many, many years. So they were out there prior to getting it. It was a new condition that was added on to the criteria for accepting getting a Section 56. And now there's more stuff that's been added on since then. They're flying off the shelves right now at Health Canada. And that's why it's making the news. Because the companies that are out there that are already in, this sort of space, like the cannabis LPs and the pharmaceutical companies and that kind of thing, they're taking note of that.
Oh, they are.
56s are flying off the shelf all of a sudden. They're giving them out to the professionals. Doctors and nurses are getting them so that they can experiment with this medicine, so they know what they're talking about when they treat their patients. So they're out there tripping and they're using this stuff and they're going on their own little trips so that they know what they're talking about. I love it, but at the same time, I think it's hilarious. Well, do you use fentanyl before you prescribe it? Like, no, you don't. Right? So,
well, they have to allow, in order to allow research, because it's illegal.
They look at it as research.
They have to give them the Section 56 in order to do research, just like they had the Section 66 before the cannabis in. But it's good that it's being done. It's in the news more often, as we've already mentioned. Down in the U.S., they've legalized it or decriminalized it in spots, and it's making its way here in Canada. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because the majority of the research studies and the people who are being funded are based from Canada.
Nice.
Look at in the
studies are coming out of Canada, right? It's freaking hilarious.
In the Netherlands, one of the biggest companies right there is iMicrodose, which is based out of Canada.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Yeah.
He trades
Yeah.
on the stock exchange here.
Change.
Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
He set up there because it was easier.
Yeah, legal.
Legally,
And
it was easier for him because the microdosing medication is accepted there as a legal med. So it's easier for him to get licenses.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, and these more. I was going to say something and I've lost it. Damn it! But, yeah, there are more companies are getting involved. As we reported in the reefer reports, there was even cannabis companies that are purchasing companies connected to the to
Licensed producers are applying for the Section 56 as well. Yeah.
Well, the consultant companies and stuff are adding mushrooms to their portfolio.
Absolutely. I'm gonna run over here to the chat for one quick sec. Happy shoveling, Melody Scott. She's got to leave us and go and shovel a driveway. She's gonna catch the end of it later. Linda Reed is in the house. Susan Jeffries in the house. And hey, Adam, how's it going? As well as Ron McNabb. And D. Cochran says, "Love you much, Michelle."
Love you,
There
D.
we go.
Awesome. And the Section 56, just on that, I send
Craig's
mine in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes, my Section 50, my application goes in tomorrow, so they will have 60 days from when they receive that to reply, which is kind of exciting.
Do they have a time limit on that?
There's a 60-day time limit that they have to reply. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And I mean, that's part of this show. That's one of the reasons that I thought, we've got to do this together. You're on your own journey of doing this. Like I've been on my journey as well, but we're both going two different directions. I'm going to get my Section 56. I'm going to find somebody to help me with a reset and do this properly through the proper channels and all of that, where I'm doing I got this route. So together,
I did that for 2 years.
we cover both bases, and it makes for an interesting lineup for a show with two different perspectives, two different journeys, both ultimately going to the same end game.
Place. Yep. Yeah. So that's just more information that we get to share with people because it's covering more of the spectrum, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sure. Yeah. And so some people might say, well, you're cannabis related, and one of the things that you pointed out to me right away, Kim, was cannabis is a natural plant, and a mushroom is too.
Yeah, it's all plant-based medicine, and I think that's what it's all about: getting back to the earth, getting back to what Mother Nature put here. Getting back in touch with nature, getting away from the chemical side and getting back to what is here and given to us to sustain us. All of these plants are here for a reason and they all have a purpose. We've gotten away from that and it's time to go back.
Yeah. 100%.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
We're myself, I'm on a medication that they got to stick on an IV in my arm.
Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah. Well, this is it. This is it. And this is our lives now. And people say, oh, well, it's for the betterment of mankind. It's for the betterment of your health. Really, because the stats don't show us that. The stats show us something completely different. People's health is deteriorating. People don't live as long anymore as they used to in my grandmother's age.
They don't live as happy.
They don't live as happy. We're not as healthy. Nowhere near. So no, the stats don't weigh that argument out. And at this point, I think we can all see that. So something's very wrong, and it's time to go back and redo this.
Yeah. And that's what people are doing. So it's obviously beneficial, and if you can avoid, there's ways of avoiding some pharmaceuticals with cannabis and by using mushrooms, and if you can, those people, way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-med.
Same here.
I'm not
Same
anti-pharma or anything. I'm not, before all the hate mail starts coming, okay?
Yeah, there
I'm
are
not
things that are necessary.
You
anti-anything.
need it.
You know, I'm not anti-anything. You know, even junk food. You want to eat junk food? Okay, fine. Everything in moderation here, people.
Yeah.
When everything in your life is a chemical, that's too much.
Yeah.
And you need to get control of that. There are some conditions out there. There are some illnesses. There are some issues that people have. Only a pharmaceutical is going to work to resolve or help you get through life with that particular issue. Absolutely, 100%. You need to take that.
Yeah.
But, you know, putting limits on it and finding alternatives whenever possible and still sustaining the same effect. Well, that's the route that you should go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, 20 years ago, I had the option, cannabis or opioids for my Crohn's disease. And I went cannabis. Never got a prescription for opiates. So, you know, as people learn more about the mushrooms, and I'm sure people will be doing the same thing. And we're seeing that, like, I'm not alone in that. There's lots of others that have joined in, right? So
antidepressants or mushrooms. I mean, choice is real easy to me. You know, it's pretty clear. You're going to get the same effect from both. One is a chemical, one is not. The choice is yours, and the information is out there. There are alternatives, and that's what we want to focus on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Couldn't have said it better, Kim. That's beautiful.
Yeah. You know, and I think that's what this last year has been about, is for us, allowing us the time to reset and get back to what life is actually supposed to be about: sustainable living, healthy living, you know, growing your own food, making your own medicine. It's such a healthy lifestyle, you know, when you can start practicing it and living it, you know. Like, a lot of you know me on here. I mean, we've got a massive garden, and I grow so many types of different medicinal plants, flowers and herbs. And it's just, not only is it good for us to intake, but just actually doing it is so good for our mental health.
Well, I can see you're in a garden. Look at the mushrooms and the cannabis growing in the garden behind you.
Exactly.
Robin says,
absolutely.
Hey. He's in the chat.
Oh, right on.
Hi, Robin.
Good. Oh, that's
very cool.
I look forward to this. I'm sure as you have people come and on the show, you know, you'll be learning, your listeners will be learning, which is, you know, a win-win situation for everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, we've all been on our own journeys, you know, doing our own thing at our own pace on our own time. I think this is going to blow the doors wide open on my education. I'm really excited to do this. I look at it the same way I looked at the evolution of my cannabis education. When I started working with you all those years ago, I walked in the doors to PACE and I thought, oh, I got this because I know everything about cannabis. I've been smoking cannabis for, you know, 35 plus years. I got this, right? And I started learning and going to all these festivals that I never went to before and meeting other people in the space and finding out people got these massive freaking gardens, right? And I'm like, 300 plants? How the fuck do you smoke 300 plants, right? And then, you know, you find out about the RSO and, you know, the juicing, and it's like, you're doing what? You're doing what?
It's all about smoking.
You can't smoke 300 plants and joints. There's no way. I find out about dabs and, you know, and it's like, oh, I get it. Yeah, okay. So that's the way I'm looking at going into this with the mushrooms. I have my base knowledge on what I've been doing. You know, I know what I've been doing. I know a little bit from talking to other people, you know, common conversation. I haven't really done in-depth research. I've done in-depth research on the aspects that I needed to know about for what I was doing. right? And everything else, forget it, because it's not important to me right now. So that's why I'm excited for this, because I think it's going to be the same as my cannabis education, and that's very exciting stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way, Kim. Like when it comes to the mushroom ends, I know I even know that a lot less than you. I haven't actually tried mushrooms in probably
That long.
that let's see, 35 years or so. Yeah, been a while. Yeah, been a long
Cindy's
time.
been microdosing longer than me, and I think Michelle has been microdosing slightly longer than her. So she's kind of the senior member out of the three of us.
Well, points the right way, Cindy. 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, right?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So yeah, we got to point the right. Where is Michelle? Where's Michelle?
The other way.
There she is.
Right.
Over there. That one over there. We got to learn this. That one over there. It's because for anybody out there watching, it's opposite for us. I'm pointing to Michelle, but no, I'm actually like pointing away from Michelle from my perspective.
We were watching.
If you point down, you don't point up to point down.
Well, for me, it's on an angle. She's in the corner, so I got to go this way.
Last night he joined Sterling for his live show, and Doug and Sterling got it down exactly for the passing.
For the passing of the joint?
Yeah, it looks so.
We got to practice that, guys.
I got the dab tool.
Practice that shit. Oh, wait. Wait, hang on. I got to... Oh, fuck.
Bring upside down. To bring up at the same time, right?
Yes, yeah. Bring your hands up at the same time.
We're gonna have a dab burn or a joint burning, so I got to go the opposite way. So you hand me your dab rig.
I don't got one.
I got
there
it.
We go. All right, so that's different. I haven't passed the joint. I'm really new to the Streamyard and things. So I think
We've got a little bit more time in now.
All three of you got more time at this than me. Yes,
but learning new stuff.
The guru is up there. She's got educational videos of how to use Streamyard. She's tech savvy. This woman.
Oh, those videos come in really handy.
They do.
We use them for the Spreaker end of things. We've used it for Irene and Craig. Who was watching.
They work pretty good.
Yeah, it works.
But I mean, me and tech. Who'd have thunk that?
No, well, congratulations on the intro on this. Like, wow! Like here, I thought somebody else was creating it, and who created it?
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
She did all that herself, and I'm going, great. Now I got somebody I can ask questions to, you know? Because we're both learning that end of things for the video thing.
Creating videos.
Yeah, because of the Streamyard. You know, once we get Kim's up and rolling, and we're working on bringing the reefer reporters to Streamyard as well, and trying to broadcast live over the network. So we're working on things, and people are going to see more of this. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I get more
Looking
practice.
forward to bringing more shows out like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Susan looks forward to learning more about mushrooms. It's been 15 years since having a tea.
Oh,
Well, we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up, Sue. No problem. We'll hook you up.
Reefer reporters in the morning, though, we're using avatars because I'm sticking in pajamas and baseball hat.
100%. When this goes to Reefer reporters, you will see my avatar. For those in Facebook land that are like, avatars, what are you talking about? Well, let's give you a preview. You won't see me. This is what you will see.
This is what you'll see.
Hello.
That's right.
Hello.
Yes.
Well, network.
between bedhead and pajamas and
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's Avatar Central for
Avatar.
sure.
You might see us pop in every once in a while.
Pop in and give a little wave, pass a joint or something, Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
So
I can always
and then
hide
we'll
myself and just have the hand in the screen, right?
Exactly. And anything that we have a problem with, that we can't run the shows on both systems, we'll run it on one. For example, run it on here because we can download the audio separate from the video with this, and we'll take that audio and we'll put it on as a podcast on Spreaker, and then that way it still reaches all our listeners around the world.
Yeah, that's right.
That listen, whether they're in Russia or Philippines or Mexico or on the island of Jersey, and that's not New Jersey.
No, it's not New Jersey. It's a Jersey island. It's a country all by itself. Jersey Island.
Over by the UK.
Yeah. We've got listeners all over the world through Spreaker. The Spreaker app is what we broadcast the radio on, and that goes out to all of the audio podcasts out there. So Google and SoundCloud and Spotify and all of that.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, and with the Streamyard, we gain live on Facebook on 2 or 3 places. We have it on 2 today, running on the network as well as on Open Your Eye, and then it's also running live on YouTube right now.
Yeah, YouTube.
I can confirm that because when I scroll across the screen, it tells me where the people are watching from.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, it is. And then all the happy faces or smiley faces, it tells you who's all clicking away there on things. Yeah. So yeah.
I got to tell you, when you first started saying Spreaker, I thought you were slurring your words and you were saying speaker, but you were just Spreaker.
There is an R in there. No, we're not fucking it up. There is an R in there.
Yes, there's an R in there, and even to say it for a while was confusing because
it's hard.
You're just
it's
so
hard to make the PR.
Susan exactly. Has a question. She's asking, how is it going to affect her job? When you microdose, Susan, you don't feel the effects.
No.
Of microdosing. You're doing such
high. You're not getting high, honey.
No, like I said, you don't really notice until you're looking back in retrospect and seeing how much happier and lighter and less stressed that you are. So, yeah. But we can talk more about that on another show.
Yeah, for me, the effects I feel the most is I'm just uncontrollable smile, and it's like, I don't care. Everything is good.
Yeah.
We have somebody in called the Facebook user in the chat. They say that they would be happy to help with the education.
Okay, Facebook user, send me a message on Facebook. So I know who you are. Streamyard, we don't see your name unless you grant permission to Streamyard to see your name.
Which you can click right up there.
Yeah. Or you can just send me a PM on Facebook, and I would love to have a conversation.
So, I'm adding that to the chat just in case. Contact the Kim.
Perfect.
Contact the Kim.
I had the word ladies there, and then when Kim said contact me, I took out ladies and put in Kim. Forgot to take out the.
The Kim.
The Kim.
The Kim. Thanks. Cheers. Cheers, the Kim.
Cheers, the Kim. I got a water bottle.
Yeah. Cheers. Yeah.
You too, Michelle.
Yeah. I didn't have time to make another pot of coffee.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Cheers.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, is there anything else we need to touch on the announcement? We've talked about the network doing StreamYard stuff. We've talked about your show. Is there any more that you want to touch on your broadcast?
Well, I want to put a little teaser out that you don't want to miss the first episode.
Not at
Our
all.
very first opening episode, our maiden episode that begins February the 23rd in this time slot, 2 Tuesdays from now. You don't. I'm not telling you who we have on. But I'm telling you, you don't want to miss
Don't want to miss it.
Don't want to miss it. Oh my gosh, not at all.
That's right. Exactly.
We're gonna do this. Damn it, we're doing it right.
And we're starting it off. We're starting off our first show with, I think, probably one of the most epic guests that we could have for this show. I'm so
For the
freaking
opener,
excited.
yeah.
Yes.
It's an inaugural show.
This is the right person. I truly believe this is the 100% right person. I'm so freaking excited. You guys all got to be here.
Now, just so everybody,
we'll leave you with that little buzz note.
No. I got some more questions.
Okay, we can cover the more questions, but on the format of who we have on guest, it is. We're gonna leave it at that for that. You're gonna definitely want to tune in for that. And on a side note as well, on Info with Kim on my Cannabis Information with Northern Ontario Kim page, starting this Thursday, we are starting a movie night. And the movie that is playing this Thursday is Dosed. So it'll be on this format. It'll be full screen where the four of us are. It'll be a full screen. That's where you'll see the movie. I won't be on the side or anything like that. It'll just be the movie screen and it'll be playing. We start at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The movie's going to begin at 9:10. And we'll have a little chat and a sesh after the movie is over on IWK. Nice. So join us for the movie Dosed on IWK. It totally ties into our show and what we're doing moving forward.
Yes. I'll just say a hi to Lacey. Hi, Lacey.
Hi, Lacey.
Hey. Okay, now, so it's going. You mentioned when you were going to start. Let everybody know how often it's going to air and what day of the week and your time and stuff like that.
Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are on bi-monthly. Bi-monthly, which means we are on twice per month. We are on the second week and the fourth week of every month. So this month it is the 9th, which is today, and the next show will be on February the 23rd, which is our first show with our first guest launching our brand new podcast.
Good. Super. 2 weeks to finish getting ready.
2 weeks. Hey, look what we got done in 3 weeks, man.
That's right. Exactly.
Pretty amazing.
We got to do some more video because we have to finish creating the commercials. I got a commercial created, but I have to make an adjustment to it. So there is, some work to be done because there will be a commercial.
One other little tidbit as well. I almost forgot. The opener that I played there, that video that I made. I know it was a little bit choppy. That's streaming issues that we're having. I'm hoping that I can clean that up a little bit going forward. We're doing what we can to improve the quality of that stream. But in the meantime, just to let you know, the music that was playing in that is an original piece that was put together by Graham Snape, who happens to be my son. And so thank you to Graham for putting that together for me. Trippy music that I asked him for. He worked on that on the weekend for me and came up with that. It was fun working with him and developing that piece. And it's not quite done yet. There will be words added to that piece. I'm not going to say what the words are, but I'm happy about a volunteer that offered to do the word portion. Again, another hold your breath and wait to find out who, but I will say it is somebody that has albums out there and is a known singer living in California.
Oh,
so there you go. Ooh. And they are going to be adding the words to that. So known in the cannabis community, or should be, and as well as in other circles. And
you're driving all those.
So,
He's crazy.
Yeah. And you know that GIF or whatever that's running there, it's doing that boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
With the eye at the beginning. Hey, that's pretty cool. I like that too. That goes with the music.
Our logo is really cool too. You got that done up by another member of the community.
Cool.
Yes. Ollie Dog Pet Wellness Products, Jay Ollie Over, as well as Deb Jobin. Deb is the one that designed the logo. Fantastic logo. It was great to work with her and collaborate and bounce ideas back and forth to get it just right. And she was fantastic to work with and do this collab. And eventually she plucked out of my brain exactly what I had in there, and it turned out just the way I had it pictured.
Perfect.
So I couldn't be happier with that. They do have a pet rescue down in Southern Ontario, and they need to expand their interior domain for their dogs. So if you're able to help them out and do a donation, we'd appreciate anything that you can give going their way to help them refurbish their indoor space for their pet rescue. So check out Ollie Dog Pet Wellness Products and Deb at Canadian, what is it? Canadian Graphics Jedi.
That I don't know. I just know the Ollie Dog end of things. I know Deb,
Canadian.
but I don't know the business end.
Well, if you look at
they're tagged in our opening statement on the page.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
On Open Your Eye, if you click on our cover page, her link is there.
There you go. Everybody knows where to find it now.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Are we done? Wrap up?
I think so. Thank you to everybody that helped make this happen, including Al Graham. That
absolutely.
Gave
Thank
us
you,
this
Al.
awesome space.
You're welcome. Thank you for helping make this happen. You know, before Christmas, remember we had that discussion? It was the year in review, or no, it was before Christmas. Right after Christmas. We had a group session. The meeting. And you said you were going to learn something over Christmas, which was Streamyard. And then next thing you know, here we are.
And next thing you know, here we are. And I thought you were going somewhere different with that. When we also had that conversation, you said, oh, well, maybe we can use video on Reefer Reporters. And both Kelly and I threatened to quit.
Yeah. So, you know, we negotiated, right? You know, the negotiation part was they said no video, and I pictured in my head, sort of like news on TV. But hey, I'm good to go with avatars. I'm happy there.
Avatars work at that time in the morning.
That's
Avatar.
Right. I don't always.
The only way it's gonna happen.
And it just it blooms, it grows, everything's grows. So. But thanks to you, Kim, for learning this new thing. You were completely swearing up and down at your phone 1 minute, and now you're here. Now you're here teaching people how to run Streamyard.
I figured it out. I can't believe it, but I did. I figured it out, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'm glad I can pass that on to other people, and we can expand everybody's base with this new platform and be more interactive with our listeners.
Especially we're all in different time zones in different provinces as well, so it's
Yeah. Well, and a shout out to Streamyard for doing the videos different too. This is a lot better. I think you never did it the other way though, Kim. This is a lot better, this new way that they're doing things. So.
Yeah. Downloading them is easier.
My little 130-pound lap dog is
Oh, 130 pounds. Ooh.
He's a lap dog, all right.
Yeah, he's pretty close to me too.
More than me.
A third more than you. All right, shall we wrap things up?
Jesus. Yeah, let's wrap things up. So we'll catch you all later. Thank you for joining us here on Open Your Eye. Brand new show on a brand new platform on Pace Radio Network with, of course, my joint host, lovely Cindy Howell, and the beautiful Michelle Sikora. Al Graham is always in the house in the background taking care of the tech that I can't take care of. And then there's always me hanging out somewhere trying to bring you the info that I can. So I'm really looking forward to this, and we'll see you all back here on Open Your Eye in 2 weeks.
Tim, Olivia says you're forgetting about me.
Hi, Olivia. Don't forget about Olivia down there.
Hey, Olivia. Bye, Olivia. Bye, ladies. Bye, listeners, watchers.
Listeners. Yeah, we got to change listeners to watchers.
Yeah, they're still going to go out as a podcast. We got them both.
Cool.
Well, that was fun.
It still is.
Still is fun.
My closing isn't playing, and I don't know why.
Okay, here, you want me to try?
No.
Nope, still says we're live.
Yeah, we are still live. Yeah, we're trying to get the closing.
We are still live. I'm trying to play the closing. Just give me 2 seconds here, guys.
Yeah, I've got it started to load up here.
See, I think you're pushing it and I'm pushing it, which is the problem.
Oh, well,
Yeah, you need to stop pushing it when I am.
There you go. There we go. Hey, we learn on the go, right? Hey.
What did you do? I don't know.
No, when it didn't run for you, I thought, well, maybe I can get it to run on my
but you shouldn't do that.
Well, I don't know that.
It's all fucked up now.